Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hi. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much for sitting with me last week. It's interesting in a time like this to look back, even a week, what feels like it should be a short week. It feels like a lifetime ago. And last week I shared with you that I was feeling in such a way that I couldn't well describe it. I felt like I'd been hit by a stun gun, and the emotions I've experienced for my entire lifetime as they come and go, I had never experienced this one before, this angst of living in our country right now. And I fully acknowledge that maybe about half of you think, what's going on right now? And the other half are feeling, not to put words in your mouth, but feeling very overwhelmed by that thought and that experience. And that, I think, is great insight into even where we find ourselves right at this exact moment. So that we can have such different experiences, that we can have such different viewpoints, that we can literally see and hear and put through a filter very different things. And I said, I feel like I'm 12 all over again, because I'm like having this new feeling that I don't have any tricks or processes for it. I don't have anything to combat this feeling or to deal with this feeling or to process this feeling, because it is new. And I think what is making that particularly hard for me, for anyone that's in this type of space, is the amount of voices that we have coming at us from every different angle, from all over, from people we know, people we love, people we trust, strangers, people we don't respect, people from the street, everywhere. The voices are coming in from everywhere, and all of our voices have gotten significantly louder as we spend more time online and spend more time in virtual spaces where only sometimes the loudest voices get actually heard or picked up or noticed or go viral or show up on our For You page. And to be in a spot where you're trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to function? What is important to me? What do I need to worry about today, this week, this month, this year? With so many voices coming at you. And for me, what is so fascinating is the voices are saying, I just gotta stop saying the voices are saying, because someone's gonna that is the nice thing about not being like a super popular content creator is if I were super, super popular, especially if I were very strongly political or something of that nature, then the chances of you having haters is high. And so they would be like, oh, did you hear this girl? She's talking about, she's hearing voices. Okay. And the voices are saying, here's what the voices are saying. So there's a nice freedom in it being like me and my couple hundred closest friends having this conversation. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for not cutting out the part of me saying the voices are saying. I don't mean to be insensitive. And I please forgive me if that's insensitive. I'm so sorry. But thank you for letting me process this in real time. I do appreciate it. I definitely don't edit this as much as I Could, obviously, but should as well. So thank you for letting me process that. But the societal voices that we all hear range from over here saying, you have got to take care of yourself today. This is something new. We have never experienced this before. You're a gentle, sensitive person, or even if you're not, we are not meant to live in this world. We are not meant to see what we are seeing. We are not meant to watch the things that we have access to watch. And that has been going on for years and years. But every time it happens, we build up a little bit of a scab or a scar over that. And so we're getting the trauma, but the fact that we don't respond to it as trauma anymore is really telling. And that is true. We need to be careful. When I was a kid, my mom sang this song, "Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear." And the end of that song could be an entirely separate podcast on its own, because it's like, because God is watching you, basically. But there is some wisdom to that. Like, we cannot watch everything that there is to watch. And then once your algorithm turns into that, you can't keep watching more and more and more of that. I mean, you can, right? We all can do whatever, but not without consequence. And so they're going to say, take care of yourself. Be careful. If you need to step away for a minute, go ahead. If you need to rewatch your old favorite sitcom, if you need to watch Friends from the episode 1 through them leaving that apartment, do it. Take care of yourself. Get sleep, drink water, be with your people. And that's fully true. We do have to take care of ourselves, because as much as we're trying to take care of each other, this is all a lot of weight to bear. So it's a lot for me to bear it, but it's also a lot that my best friend Jen is going through this at the exact same time. It's a lot that my family is going through this. It's a lot that my coworkers are going through this. It's a lot that my friends are going through. There's plenty of weight to bear all the way around. And so as we're trying to care for each other, we need to make sure we are caring for ourselves in the best way that we know how. Then there's going to be another group of voices that say, also don't get lost in your privilege of being able to step away. Don't take that for granted. Pay attention. Speak up. We need you now. If you've been speaking out, this is not the time to stop. If you haven't, this is the time to start. We're at a crossroads. It's important. It's important to talk about. And if you take nothing away from this, please know where you stood will be noted. Every single thing in the entire world is noted right now. Every single thing is noted. Everything. So it's not like you can just be like, well, I'm just not going to be part of it. Okay. That says something. So there's this pressure, like tonight. I'm just going to be straight up with you. Tonight, I was like, okay, am I going to talk about this or am I going to not talk about this? Because on the one hand, there's nothing else in my brain right now. There's nothing else in my mind. I think the second I wake up, before I've even opened my eyes, that's where my brain is. And that's what's in my brain when I'm going to sleep. And that's what's in my brain in the background of me writing an email at work and me watching television. And I'm trying so hard to relax and undo. That's what's on my mind. But I also thought to myself, and still think, I think there is a benefit to taking your mind off something for a minute. I think there is a benefit in, for 20 minutes, can we goof off and have a good time and laugh or think about something else or whatever. I wanted to talk about, last week I said, man, I feel like I'm 12 years old again. And this battle between, oh, I would hate to be 12 again. And what if I could be 12, but I know what I know now? Like, that would be unbelievable. But I also know I would get into the fun part of that. And I would be talking about how, yeah, I would have gotten in a lot more trouble if I had it to do all over again. I would have gotten in a lot, I would have had way more fun. I would have gotten in a lot more trouble, or I would have just done stuff I would have gotten in trouble for, and still hope I wouldn't get caught, but I'd be way more, I'd have way more fun. I'll just put it that way. I would have way more fun. But as I'm even processing that, I'm like, how is that going to come across? I think about half the people would be so grateful and relieved and want to laugh and want to think about their own time as a 12-year-old. And then I think the other half is like, what are you talking about? Where are you in this world? Are you in the same world that I am? And I think that's so much of a lot of people's day-to-day right now. We are moving forward with our life. We're walking the dog and going to work and doing our laundry and going to mahjong, and we still have a life to live. But how do we do it? How do we balance that? How do we not drown ourselves in it, but pay attention and speak up, but not stir any additional anger? How do we take care of ourselves? How do we back away, but respectfully stay connected? It's a lot. It's a lot. And yes, out of all the positions that we could be in these circumstances, that is a very privileged one. I acknowledge that. It also shows you, even in the most privileged spots, how hard this is right now. How it feels like there's not a good way through. And I'm so encouraged every time I hear from or about the people of Minnesota, because yeah, it's much more of their day-to-day life right now. But watching them from the outside come together, make a plan, you want to talk about a grassroots, something functioning that literally came from the grassroots and is just working, is that group of people. There's no head of that. There's no like czar of people combating ICE. That's not how this works. It literally is the grassroots, all reaching out, all sharing information, all making plans, all training each other, all helping each other. It is stunningly beautiful. And I hope that they will teach a master class on what actual grassroots movements look like. I'm not talking about a politician saying I'm the grassroots. I'm not saying, oh, a bunch of us people got behind this one person and we paid this money. No, like the boots on the ground are the boots that are in charge, and the boots that are doing the work, and the boots that are sharing the information, and the boots that are booting. And I feel like in our size and in our power and in our money and in our billionaires and in our political powers, we have lost that here. We've lost actual grassroots. And every single one of us have put too much on these people that work for us, that forget that they work for us and think they're there to make money and have their power and get their planes and da-da-da-da. We have forgotten what actual grassroots are and what a community actually can be when we humble ourselves and say, I'm just another pair of boots. What we got going on? I'm gonna walk up next to you, and we're gonna walk together. Okay. What else do we need? And as the next one comes and walks up next to you, you share that with them, and now we're part of the big group. This thing of us worshiping Hollywood people and rich people and Instagram influencers and politicians, it's insane. We have lost our minds. We have literally lost our minds, myself included. Lost our minds. And I hate that we're in this spot, but my hope is what we find in this is something way deeper than we realize we even lost. Who we are as human beings, as Americans, as people, as neighbors, as friends, as family. Every single one of us have done something right and done something wrong. We've said something right, we've said something wrong. We've chosen right and we've chosen wrong. Every single one of us. And I'm not joking, if it would help you for me to tell you my failings in this, I literally will do it. Message me, text me, I will do it. Because I think that we're going to have to start admitting where we go wrong, because us digging in more and more and more and more, because that's what we said, and we're not going to be humiliated and the other people aren't going to be kind to us. It's gotten us here. So this thing where we have to be up here and right and this, we got to come back down to the ground. And I know I'm just another one of those voices. I fully acknowledge that. I get it. But I also want you to know that this voice is literally in the muck with you and trying to figure out what is the best way through this. And having to remind myself even now, I have no idea. This is just me doing my best day in and day out. And days look very different from each other. So if you'll be kind with me, I'm going to do my best to be kind with you too. How about this? You do your best to be kind with me. I will do my best to be kind with you. I can't ask you to be kind and then I'll say, well, I'll do my best. I was figuring that out as I went. Be kind. I can be kind for about 4 seconds. Then I take back over, So we can try. Let's try. Thank you. Thank you for letting me talk. I love you. I trust us. I trust us to figure this out.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it
anyway. You
anyway.
don't know how to use it anyway.
James?
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.